Before this message begins, take a deep breath. This is not a coincidence. You did not stumble onto these words by accident. There is a reason you are here, and your spirit knows it. Something inside you has been stirring lately. A quiet tug, a gentle conviction, a feeling you tried to ignore. But today, you cannot ignore it anymore, because this is a divine interruption. God is speaking, not to frighten you, not to pressure you, but to awaken you. Listen carefully. There are moments in life that define everything that comes after. This is one of those moments. For too long you have told yourself, I will change later. I will obey when the time feels right. I just need to prepare a little more. But preparation has slowly become delay, and delay has quietly been stealing your destiny. God's patience is not permission to remain where you are. Let that settle into your heart. He has waited for you with compassion. He has watched you wrestle with fear. He has understood your hesitation. But now, the season has shifted. The window that once felt wide open is beginning to narrow. Not because God is angry, but because your purpose cannot wait forever. The loving warning. Understand this clearly. When God warns you, it is never to harm you. It is always to protect you from the pain of missed purpose. A loving parent calls out when a child is about to step into danger, not out of control, but out of care. And today, heaven is calling your name. God is saying, do not mistake my silence for absence. Do not confuse my patience with approval. I have been giving you time, but now I am calling you forward. You may feel the seriousness of this moment. That weight you sense, it is not anxiety, it is holy urgency. There is a difference. Anxiety pushes you into panic. Urgency pulls you into alignment. And alignment is where your peace lives. Why you have delayed. Let us speak honestly for a moment. You did not delay because you are rebellious. You delayed because you were afraid. Afraid of making the wrong decision. Afraid of losing what feels familiar. Afraid that obedience might cost too much. Maybe you trusted before and were hurt. Maybe you stepped out once and things fell apart. So you told yourself, next time I will wait until I am absolutely sure. But faith has never required absolute certainty. Faith requires movement, even when your legs tremble, even when the path is unclear, even when you cannot see the ending. Remember this, clarity often comes after obedience, not before. God rarely shows the entire staircase. He simply asks you to take the next step. God has been closer than you think. Think back over your life. The doors that closed unexpectedly, the paths that suddenly changed, the moments that forced you to grow. You thought you were being redirected by circumstances, but many times it was God protecting you from places not meant for your future. Even in your delay, He stayed. Even in your questioning, He remained faithful. Even when you wandered, He never withdrew His presence. That is the nature of divine love. Patient, steady, unshaken. Yet love also tells the truth. And the truth today is this. You are standing at a turning point. If you continue to hesitate, you risk settling for less than the life prepared for you. Not because God removes His promise, but because hesitation keeps you from walking into it. The cost of waiting. Too long, hear this gently. Every opportunity carries a season. Seeds must be planted in the right time to bear fruit. When planting is delayed long enough, harvest is delayed too. God does not want you living in perpetual almost stepping out, almost trusting, almost becoming. You were not created for almost. You were created for transformation. And transformation begins with a decision. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. This is your wake-up moment. Right now, pause whatever you are doing internally. Ask yourself, where have I been postponing obedience? Is it a step you know God has placed on your heart? A habit you need to release? A calling you keep dismissing? A relationship that requires forgiveness? A direction you are afraid to follow? Do not rush past this reflection, because awareness is where breakthrough begins. God is not demanding perfection from you. He is asking for willingness. A willing heart moves heaven. You are more ready than you feel. One of the enemy's greatest lies is this: you are not ready yet. But readiness is often revealed through action. Moses felt unqualified. Esther felt unprepared. Peter felt unworthy. Yet God used them powerfully, not because they felt ready, but because they responded. Stop measuring your readiness by your emotions. Measure it by God's invitation. If He is calling you, He will sustain you. If He is leading you, He will strengthen you. If He is asking you to move, He has already gone ahead of you. The shift begins today. Something powerful happens the moment you stop resisting and start responding. Confusion begins to lift. Peace begins to settle. Direction begins to form. Obedience does not drain you. It aligns you. And alignment releases a flow that struggle never could. Imagine waking up without that constant inner tension. Imagine walking forward without second-guessing every step. Imagine the quiet confidence of knowing, I am exactly where God wants me to be. That life is not reserved for a select few. It is available to you, but it begins with a choice, right here, right now. A sacred invitation. So instead of asking, what if this is too hard? Ask a better question. What blessings are waiting on the other side of my obedience? Because what God prepares for you is always greater than what fear tries to protect. Do not let comfort become your cage. Growth rarely happens where everything feels safe. Sometimes the very thing you fear walking toward is the doorway to the prayers you have been whispering for years. Let today be the day you stop circling the same mountain. Let today be the day you step forward. Not perfectly, not fearlessly, but faithfully. In the next part of this message, we will talk about what happens when you finally say yes to God and the supernatural peace that begins to follow obedience. But before we continue, take a moment, quiet your thoughts, and simply say in your heart, God, I am listening.